Hare Krishna. So first of all, I want to thank all the devotees from the 4 temples who've made this such a wonderful stay for all of my God brothers and God sisters, and for organizing such a, this is one of the most wonderful festivals of Prabhupada Katha that I have ever been to in my life. And most wonderful part about the festival is the association of all my God brothers and God sisters, and I'm feeling just like a little mosquito. I only had a very tiny part in this Bombay temple, but I'll tell all about that. But I feel very honored and blessed to be in association with so many wonderful, some God brothers I haven't seen, some God sisters I haven't seen for a long time. This has been so wonderful. So in 1974 was like the first really organized Mayapur festival. We all flew on one 747 and came to India, and all the devotees, the whole plane was devotees. We were having kirtans at 30,000 feet. The pilot couldn't figure out why there was turbulence, because it wasn't showing on his turbulence radar. He finally had to tell us to sit down. We were dancing in the aisles. So anyway, first we went to Mayapur, then we went to Vrindavan, and this was first time for many of us to be in India. We weren't used to buffalo ghee. Our stomachs were really in bad shape, and we were leaving. We were in the airport when suddenly Vishnu Jan and some other devotees, Vishnu Jan Swami and some other devotees, were canvassing for devotees to come to a Sankirtan protest here in Bombay, because I always heard it was a police commissioner. Yesterday they said it was a sheriff. But anyway, somebody said the Sankirtan on our property was a public nuisance, and the municipality was refusing to give the permission to build the temple. So my stomach was really in bad shape. I couldn't, because those days the flight was Delhi to Beirut, Beirut to Athens, Athens to Rome, Rome to Paris, Paris to London, London, New York. There was not this big London-Delhi hop in those days. And all the planes had Krishna Leela, all the Air India planes had Ras Leela and Krishna playing his flute and herding cows. It was very wonderful. And all the windows looked like temple windows. So I'll cut a lot out because somehow Tejas managed to get extensions for all of these. We only had 1 month somehow, and Tejas got us all, managed to get us all here on a 30-hour train with no padding on the, we were just sitting on the wood. We were having artiks and kirtans on the way with Dinanath. So we got here, and that was our introduction to there was, where the Gandhi Park was, there was this Chetai building. Chetai means straw mat, for those who don't know. And there was mosquitoes. Conditions where we had never, being from America, we had never experienced anything. I fall at the feet of all of the devotees who had to serve here under those conditions. And that's why I feel like a mosquito. I was only here for like a few days, 10 days. And there was a big barrel somewhere where we would bathe. We never saw such a thing, bathing out of a big barrel of water. And every day we would do Sankirtan all around Juhu. And all the people would come out to their balconies and see the devotees and smile. And everyone was very happy. They were saying it was a nuisance, but we saw everybody was very happy to see the devotees dancing through the streets. Then, of course, there was the famous morning walks with good old Dr. Patel. And somehow I always remember this one walk. Dr. Patel was there, and he was arguing his Mayavadi philosophy. And Prabhupada was telling him with his cane, he said, look, here's the land, there's the sea, and he pointed in the sky, this is the air. Now you can say it is all one, but we are walking on the land, not on the sea or in the air. You can say it is all atoms. That's all right. But still, we're walking on the land, not on the sea, not in the air. Then he said, And he gave some other argument. Prabhupada said, just like body. Whole thing is body. But this is chest, this is belly, this is arm, this is head. You ask any child, what is this? He'll say, this is head. What is this? This is knee. Any child will tell you, whole thing is body, but this is knee, this is arm. He said, your intelligence is less than a child. Then he gave some other argument, and Prabhupada walked a little further, and then he said, just like in the body, there are so many holes in the body. You may say it is all one, but we put the food here, not here. You can say it is all holes, but we put the food here, not here. So then there was the Pandal programs, and Prabhupada would preach, and afterwards, you've seen the pictures, that pinkish Vyasasana, Prabhupada would sit there, and I would always be right next to the Vyasasana, because Prabhupada had this wonderful, amused, not a big smile, but just an amused smile as he was giving Mahaprasad to everyone. He just had this wonderful, it wasn't really a complete smile, but he just looked so pleased, so amused, giving everyone prasadam. I'd always be there every night, right next to the Vyasasana, just to watch that smile of Prabhupada as he had a big tray, and he would distribute prasadam, first to all the children, then to all the guests, and to everyone. And he would just do it with such grace and so sweetly. It was just so wonderful. Then, of course, we had to leave. We had our responsibilities. I was temple president in Portland. And my ticket said Delhi, New York. And now I'm in Bombay. And I went down to the airline office somehow or other. And we were amazed to see, sparrows making their nest in this big Air India office in the chandeliers and things like that, and flying in and out. And they were saying, no, this ticket cannot be changed. It cannot be changed. We got all the way up to the chief reservation. Everybody, all the devotees were there, and we couldn't get out. We couldn't change the ticket. And by that time, I hadn't brought much money with me. I didn't know how much, those are old days, 1974. And I didn't know how I was going to get back to Delhi. And next morning, I saw everybody was gone. I said, what happened? They said, just went to the airport and left. So I went with another devotee, Harihara, and we went to the airport, standby, and the guy looked at her ticket. It says Delhi, New York, not Bombay, New York. I said, I talked to the chief reservation officer. He said the same thing, doesn't matter. And the guy, he was a young guy, he looked at another guy. It was days before computers and things. So they just looked at each other and said, anyway, there's space on the plane. So they and we were off back to, and the other thing was, Giriraj Maharaj, I'll never forget, we had no idea how we were going to get to the airport, and the people were just laughing at us. And all of a sudden, Giriraj Brahmachari showed up, and he said, what's the matter? I said, we need to get to the airport. We don't have any more money. He said, why are you laughing? Get these men, get them a car and get them to the airport. They're working hard, preaching all over the world. So I'm always indebted. He was so kind to us. So that was my tiny part. I took part in the Prabhupada's Sankirtan protest so that this lovely temple could be here. And after 40 years, it's become even more lovely with its heaven on earth. And I thank I again offer my prostrated obeisance, all the devotees who struggled here. I only got a few days struggle, but those devotees who dedicated year and year here under incredible conditions, I prostrated obeisances at their lotus feet. And I again thank the management for this wonderful festival. It's been such an ecstatic time. Srila Radharas Bihari Ji Mandir Ki! Divine Grace, Srila Prabhupada Ki! One more thing I wanted to say is whenever I'm in Bombay, after hearing, now I understand why, after hearing how Prabhupada put so much effort on this temple, whenever I'm here in Bombay, I'm walking, talking, sleeping, breathing, eating, dreaming, everything is Prabhupada, because this is Prabhupada's temple. Because we had no idea what he was doing. We even gave up the contract. We had no idea what he wanted to do. And because in the West, We took a house in a low-rent district. We painted it funny colors. We put a sign, Hare Krishna Temple, and that was a temple. And Prabhupada was talking about Twin Tower Guest House, Marble Palace. We had no idea. This is Prabhupada's temple. So here, eating, sleeping, walking, talking, everything is Prabhupada for me here. Hare Krishna.